Hello everybody and welcome to another video. In this video we're going to be looking at today's new detachment for the Custodian Guards, a part of the Grotmas Christmas calendar. So here it is, the Custodians are finally getting their little Christmas sprinkle of love in the form of the Grotmas calendar, and it's a bit of an interesting detachment. It's very unusual. There are some really good elements of it, there's some really strange elements. My good friend who plays Custodians is not happy about this detachment, although I think this is definitely a different way of playing the army. So the detachment rule gives you Auric armor. Alright, so while an Adeptus Custodians vehicle unit from your army is at starting strength, unless that is an aircraft or battle shocked, add 2 to the objective control characteristic of that unit. That's pretty good. It means that you're going to be able to take objectives with your vehicles. They're going to be pretty decent, and that does include walkers and your tanks. The only downside to that is there are not very many tanks for Custodians unless you manage to be able to invest the big money in things like the Forge World or the resin kits, should we say. While an Adeptus Custodians vehicle unit from your army is below starting strength, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, you can re-roll the hit rolls of 1. That's really good. You're getting bonuses for being damaged. That's pretty sweet. While an Adeptus Custodians vehicle unit from your army is below half strength, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, you can re-roll hit rolls of 1 and wound rolls of 1. So you kind of do get a little bit better when you get hit, which is kind of good, I think. Yeah. Obviously the theme of this detachment is vehicles. So this is where it kind of gets really interesting, okay? So you got the Mortai of Ancients. So you add 2 to the movement characteristics of Adeptus Custodians walkers, so your dreadnoughts. And not only that, you also add 1 to advance and charge rolls for such units, which is pretty decent. But the really cool part about this is in the mustering your army step, you can select 2 of these walkers and give them the character keyword, which means that they can become your warlord and they can also be given an enhancement. So you can kind of have like a little pseudo army of the ancients for your Custodian Guard, lots of dreadnoughts with 2 character dreadnoughts. That's kind of cool. So yeah, it's different. It's if you want to lean into that, it's kind of cool. So you've got some enhancements. So you've got the Adamantine Talisman for 25 points. This is really sweet, especially when you look at the character ones as well. You can put this on the Dreadnought, improve the attack's strength and damage characteristics of melee weapons by the bearer by 1. That's kind of nice. Obviously, you can put that on a shield captain if you really wanted to. Adeptus Custodians model, the bearer has a 5-up feel no pain of 25 points for a 5-up feel no pain on a dreadnought. Pretty cool. Then we get to the more vehicle-centric one, because obviously that's the kind of idea around this detachment. Adeptus Custodians vehicle model only. While a friendly Adeptus Custodians infantry, Adeptus Custodians mounted unit is within 6 inches of the bearer, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, it can re-roll hit rolls of 1. Pretty cool. And then the last one, Veteran of the Cataphracti for 10 points. For Adeptus Custodians infantry or mounted models only, in your movement phase, select 1 Adeptus Custodians vehicle or mounted unit within 6 inches of the bearer until the start of your command phase, your next command phase. That unit is eligible to shoot in which it fell back. So pretty good things. So there's some really kind of nice little things there. Obviously this is designed to be around those vehicles. That's what this detachment's all about. But yeah, there's some really cool stuff, like feel no pain on a dreadnought, or like the talisman improving the attack's damage and strength characteristic by 1 on a dreadnought. It's pretty cool. You know, so I wouldn't completely rule this out completely. This is definitely giving you a different way of playing the army. So, like a lot of them, we have 6 new stratagems, all costing 1 CP. Seems to be a little bit of a theme going through all of these, that they all are costing 1 CP. So you've got Flawless Construction for 1. Your opponent's shooting phase or fight phase, just after the enemy unit has selected its target, pick an Adeptus Custodes vehicle unit from your army that was selected as a target of 1 or more of these attacks. Until the end of the phase, each time an attack targets a model in your unit, if the strength characteristic of the attack is greater than the toughness, you're -1 to wound, or they're -1 to wound. That's really good. That's really quite nice. Emperor's Vengeance, fight phase, just after an enemy unit has selected its target. The Adeptus Custodian unit from your army that has selected the target of 1 or more of these attacking units attacks. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit is destroyed, if that model has not fought, roll a d6, add 1 if it was a walker. On a 4+, do not remove from play. The destroyed unit can fight after the attacking unit is finished making its attacks. When doing so, it is assumed to have 1 wound remaining. So if you have got a bracket on your walker, then obviously that's going to come into effect. And it is removed from play. Kind of cool. Fight on death on your walkers. So pretty sweet. Then Wrathful Advance. Fight. The fight phase, just after an Adeptus Custodes unit from your army piles in, you essentially get to pile in D3+3 instead of 3, which is really, really good, especially for really pushing in deep on that after that charge. Now, this is the one I absolutely love, Unstoppable. I would kill for this stratagem in my Marine army, especially for likes of my Brutalis and my other Dreadnoughts. Basically, at the start of your movement phase, play 1 CP, Adeptus Custodes vehicle, or Adeptus Custodes mounted unit from your army. Till the end of the phase, models in that unit can move horizontally through models and terrain features. Oh my god, I would love that, because the ITC maps will make it very, very hard for Dreadnoughts to get around the table, and it's really frustrating that they can't move through buildings. Relentless Persecution. In your movement phase, just after the Adeptus Custodes vehicle unit from your army advances, until the end of the turn, you are eligible to shoot, in which turn you advanced. And if your unit has been a walker, until the end of the turn, the unit is eligible to shoot and declare a charge in a turn in which it advanced. Super fast, super good, really, really cool. And then Punishment in Inescapable. In your shooting phase, 1 Adeptus Custodes unit. Until the end of the phase, targeted ranged weapons in that model get ignore cover, and until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit has an attack, you can ignore any or all of modifiers of the attack's ballistic skill, or any or all modifiers to the hit. Now, that's pretty damn cool. So yeah, they're a pretty decent detachment, to be fair. I wouldn't necessarily rule this entirely out. I think there's a little fun element in it. If you like Dreadnoughts on your tanks, then yay, cool. You get a detachment that's kind of going to get in there. The ability to just walk through walls for 1 CP, I would kill for that as a Marine player, especially for likes of Brutalis Dreadnoughts that are absolutely amazing. Yeah, I mean, I would love that if I could have that in something like being able to run and charge, pay a CP, and then just literally let it go. Yeet it down the board and smash through a wall and kill whatever's inside that building. That would be super cool, but you know, we're not going to get that. So yeah, I quite like it. I think it's thematic. I think it's kind of interesting. It's definitely a different way of playing a Custodian army. I just hope we do see it and people are like, oh, it's not very good, because you know, different ways of playing the army and different builds is what makes the game good, where everybody's not just playing the same detachment over and over and over again. But all in all, I'm quite liking this one. All it calls, it's the Chaos Knights tomorrow, which is kind of interesting. I was really hoping for something like Chaos Space Marines or World Eaters, but we'll maybe get them the week after. They seem to be coming out with 2. They have dropped the Imperial Agents detachment, which is all about assassins. as well alongside the Custodians. I'm not going to do a video on that because I don't really know anything about the Imperial Agents Codex, what they do or what they don't do, and I don't really know anything about the Assassin. So I would literally just be reading a detachment to you without actually knowing any of it at all. So, yay. But I am looking forward to get obviously the Marine ones when they do drop. So that's the video, everybody. If you like what I do, please like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and most importantly, subscribe. And if you want to help me out in any other ways, you can check out my members and Patreon areas. Slowly but surely getting everywhere around me, and I just need the new lead for the camera, and then I'm going to be starting live streaming again, hopefully in the new year. Getting some live streaming again for some painting, so we can really get some hobby love. I have built loads of Sanguinary Guard, 6 of them for my Blood Angels. So yeah, really loving life right now. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video, everybody. Goodbye for now.